Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be all about geometry. So today we're taking a look at all the different shapes, different angles, what kind of angles are in different shapes. We're going to be looking at regular and irregular shapes. We're going to be looking at the terminology of shapes as well. So what a shape is actually called. Now shapes in maths are referred to as polygons. Now a polygon is essentially just a 2D shape with straight lines. So a square, a rectangle, a triangle, a circle isn't a polygon because it's got rounded sides, but any kind of 2D shape with straight edges is going to be a polygon. So essentially that's what we're going to be looking at today. We might take a little look into circles as well, but it's mainly going to be about polygons. So we're going to be taking a look at regular and irregular shapes as well. We're going to be looking at symmetry as well, so whether shapes are symmetrical or not. We're going to be looking at right angles, acute angles, obtuse angles, reflex angles, and again some more terminology as well. Horizontal, vertical, perpendicular, and parallel as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know if you do by leaving a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I've got my water, my pen and my paper. Let's get into the maths. We'll start off with polygons. A polygon is any shape that has straight sides and it's 2D. So for example, a triangle. A triangle is a polygon because it has straight sides and it's a 2D shape. A square is also a polygon because it has straight sides and it's a 2D shape. A pentagon, a 5-sided shape, has straight sides, it's a 2D shape. Those are all polygons. What about shapes that aren't polygons? A circle. Now a circle can't be a polygon because it's not got straight sides. It's got curved sides. Neither is a crescent moon or a crescent. It's not a polygon because it's got curved sides. Neither is a cube because a cube, yes, it has straight sides, but it's a 3D shape, not a 2D shape. So a cube isn't a polygon either. So those are your differences between what is a polygon and what's not a polygon. The only two things you need to think are, does it have straight sides? Is it 2D? If it has straight sides and it's 2D, polygon. If it doesn't, it's not a polygon. Let's move on now to regular and irregular shapes. So regular shapes. So the definition of a regular shape is a shape where all the sides are equal and all of the interior angles are equal. So for example, a square. The top side is the same length as the bottom side and the other two sides. And if all the sides are the same length, all the interior angles must be the same. It's a regular shape. A regular triangle where all three sides are the same, it's a regular shape. So when we come to irregular shapes, not all of the sides are the same. For example, a pentagon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so it's a pentagon. It's a 5-sided shape, but all the sides are different lengths. These sides are different, these sides are different, this side are different. They're all different lengths. So this cannot be a regular shape, it must be irregular. Now this is a square-ish quadrilateral, but it's not perfect square. Any shape with 4 sides is a quadrilateral. A square is a quadrilateral. So this is a quadrilateral, it's got 4 sides. Quad meaning 4. It's got 4 sides, but they're not all equal. So this is an irregular shape. So that's your difference between regular and irregular. In regular, all of the sides are the same length and all of the interior angles are the same. We'll go through interior angles later. In an irregular shape, the sides, not all of the sides are the same length and not all of the interior angles are the same. But let's go through angles now. So there are different types of angles. We've got acute angles. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. Okay. Obtuse angles. Obtuse angles are more than 90 degrees. Right angles are equal to 90 degrees. Reflex angles are more than 180 degrees. A reflex angle is between 181 degrees and 360 degrees. So it's more than 180, but less than 360. 360 would be a complete angle. So there you go. There's all your angles. So your acute angle is less than 90 degrees. It's this little angle in here. Your obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees. It's larger than a right angle, but less than 180 degrees, less than a straight line. So anything between a straight line and 90 degrees is obtuse. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees and only 90 degrees. And a reflex angle is anything that's over 180 degrees, which is a straight line, anything over 180 degrees, but less than 360 degrees, because 360 degrees would be an entire angle. Okay, let's go through interior angles now. So interior means inside. So interior angles are the angles that are inside a shape. So if I have a triangle, all of the angles that are inside that shape are the interior angles. So angles X, Y, and Z, all of those three angles are interior angles. They're inside the shape. If you think about an interior designer, it's someone that designs the inside of a house. So an interior angle is the angles inside a shape. So the interior angles will always add up to a specific amount. So in a triangle, the sum of the interior angles is 180 degrees. So each angle will be 60 degrees, because 180 degrees is the inside of a triangle. Each angle is 60 degrees. There's three angles. 3 times 60 is 180. So in our square, we've got one right angle, two right angles. So in our square, we've got 4 right angles. Now we know that a right angle is 90 degrees. So we've got 90, 90, 90, and 90. 4 90s, 4 times 90 is 360. So the sum of the interior angles of a square is 360 degrees. If you want to work out the sum of the interior angles of a shape, there's actually a formula to work it out. So in a triangle, we know there's 180. In a square, we know there's 360. But what about in a regular hexagon? It's not drawn very well, I'll admit, but a regular hexagon, what are the interior angles? Well, I don't know, so let's work it out together. So there's actually a formula to work this out. The formula is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Now that might seem a bit scary, but let's just break it down together. So n minus 2. So n stands for the number of sides. Okay, that's not too bad now. So the number of sides minus 2 times by 180, that equals our interior angles. Let's put it into practice, for example. So we've got our triangle. Number of sides in a triangle, that's 3, minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, times by 180. Oh, that's our 180 degrees of our interior angles. That makes sense. Let's try it on the square now as well. Number of sides on a square, 4, minus our 2, that's 2, times by 180. 2 times 180, 360. Makes sense. Right, let's try it with a hexagon now. So we've got our 6 sides of a hexagon, hex meaning 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180, you can do it on a calculator if you want, or you can do it in your head, 720. So how are we going to find out what each individual angle on the hexagon is, on a regular hexagon? 720, if that's the total of the angles, then if we divide 720 by how many angles we've got, we can find what each single angle is. So 720, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different angles. If we do 720 divided by 6, we'll be able to find how big each interior angle is going to be. 720 divided by 6 is 120. So now we know that each individual angle in a hexagon is 120, and we know that the total of the interior angles in a hexagon is 720 degrees. But what about exterior angles? Let's go back to our triangle again. So an exterior angle, if you imagine each line of the shape carrying on a little bit past the shape, like that. Now exterior angles are a little bit easier. The exterior angles of every polygon, they all add up to 360 degrees. So they add up to 360 degrees in every shape, so that's not too bad. So if we want to find out each individual exterior angle, we're going to do 360 divided by the number of sides of the shape. So in a triangle, we've got 3 sides. 360 divided by 3, that's going to give us 120 degrees per angle. Not too bad. Let's try another shape. How about a badly drawn octagon? So it's not exactly regular, but we'll pretend that it's regular. I just have bad drawing. This octagon, we're imagining that each side is going a little bit over. There you go, just for visualization purposes. If we just imagine that each angle extends slightly over. So what we want to know is how large this little angle is in here. Now remember, this is still a regular polygon, and all of the exterior angles of a regular polygon add up to 360. So what we're going to do is find the number of sides in our octagon, oct meaning 8, and we're going to divide 360 by the 8 sides. We know that all these angles add up to 360, so to find each individual angle, we're going to divide 360 by the 8 sides. 360 divided by 8 is 45 degrees. That's how you work out exterior angles. So they're a little bit more simple than the interior angles. The exterior angles, you know that if you've got a regular polygon, all of the exterior angles are going to add up to 360, and then you just divide by the number of sides. So that's your key formula. And finally, we'll just quickly go over some of the grammar involved with geometry. Horizontal, it's a flat line, flat that way. Vertical, straight up and down. Perpendicular means two lines intersect, they cross over one another. For example, a plus sign or a multiplication sign, the lines are crossing over, that's perpendicular. The lines are perpendicular to one another. And finally, parallel. This is when two lines run alongside one another of equal distance at either end. So if this was 3 centimeters here, it would be 3 centimeters here and 3 centimeters distance all along. Both lines are exactly the same distance from each other all the way along the line. So guys, I appreciate that might be a bit of a long video. I hope you learned something. I hope this really helps. Have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. As always, leave any problems you've got in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Have a fantastic day guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.